Time for Mr. Truck, reviewing the latest innovations for your truck and trailer.
Okay, here we are in the Rockies. All these four-wheelers are running around, and we're in this 2020 GMC Sierra 1500 Carbon Pro Edition with the 3-liter diesel, inline 6, and a 10-speed automatic. David, how much power do we have?
It's got 277 horsepower and 460 foot-pound torque.
460 torque, yeah. You're right on. We're having fun. This thing, we're up here using the 2-inch lift that comes with this package and the 4-wheel drive and the rear locking things, and we're climbing up the snow, and it's fun. Slip sliding away, having fun digging in the Rockies, just like we do with our four-wheelers. So come join us for the review.
If you have a short bed truck, you know it's not easy to hook up to a gooseneck. Pop-Up came out with these extensions from 9 inches to 16 inches to keep you from breaking out your back window when you're pulling a gooseneck trailer. And everybody uses a short bed. That's the most proper truck there is a crew cab short bed. So protect that window.
This is that multi-pro tailgate from GMC. If I can, oh, there we go. There's the tailgate. And in here you can see all the hooks. If you can zoom into that corner, you'll see that there's 3 hooks in each corner. Great for ATVs. And that's the Pro Carbon bed. Sucker, we'll talk about a little bit about all the things that they've tested it with. And then over in this corner, you'll see this 110-pound plug. That plug is the 110 plug, so you got live juice in the bed. Now if I can figure out how to push all the rest of these buttons. There, now I'm going to shake it sure that I don't go down and hit the bed. Nope, I'm going to. I thought I wouldn't hit the ball, but I'm going to hit the ball. So I'll have to wait till I get the hitch off to show you that. And here is that handle. So once you fold this down into a step, you can use this handle to get up into the bed. And after I get the hitch off, I'm going to show you how this multi-tailgate works. It is so cool. Do it now because I'll hit the ball, the hitch ball. But I'll take that off back at the yard and we'll show you that. Now,
Yeah.
on the bottom part of this plug, this is your trailer plug, which is a good direction to have. The lid's on top where it's supposed to be. And then these two here, these are your trailer plugs. You can see 2 of them. So you can put one camera inside the trailer, one camera on the back of the trailer. Oh, it's great. Now this GMC, I love these corner steps. So much easier getting in here with the trailer on than anybody else's device. No matter how many cool things they do to tailgates, no matter what brand, this corner step is the best. For GMC, you've got all these buttons. Let's see. Let's push this top one and see what happens. What happened? Oh yeah, there's this one. I notice when it's really cold, it moves a little slower. Now you got a bar, an armrest, all that cool stuff. And that's part of the step process. Push this one and the whole thing comes down. And I can never remember. That's the one you go put up to put boards on so it doesn't try to slide out. But that is cool. Now let's see. I mean, there's one more button to push. I can find the buttons. There we go. And that drops down so you can get closer to the bed to load cargo in. And then you push this down and you got that step. And then, of course, up here, you got this, known as the giant. That pops into place. Oh, and you fold in. Now look at this. There's that kicker stereo system they were talking about. This has got waterproof kicker stereo speakers, and then it's got a whole thing in here where you can play it, crank it up, and then you got an auxiliary port there for your USB and you plug into your Apples. That's so cool. These are, you should try these out. You can sit out here and dance and have tailgate parties, and that's cool. That's what they were talking about. So it does have Dolby sound, and it has this kicker for the tailgate. Is that just coming through your phone? Got a new truck this week. It is the GMC AT4 Sierra 1500. It's the carbon fiber Pro Edition. Carbon Pro Edition. I call it the AT4 Carbon Pro. This is the off-road package, which is cool. So what we're doing today with my oldest son, Dave, is we're going to go up and try to do a little off-road into Bunt School. See how much snow is up there. Kelsey couldn't come this week, so we're going to go out and see how much this truck can do, which is really cool. This is that 3-liter inline 6 diesel with 10-speed. So it's an exciting truck. There's so many options that come with this Carbon Pro package. But we're heading up there, heading toward the mountains. See how much snow we have up there. But yeah, this truck is gorgeous. Very aggressive tires. They're Goodyear Duratrax, and they look really cool. They got grip on the side of the sidewall, so once you get buried in the sand, the snow, or the mud, you can actually dig out. So I really like the look of these tires, but it's an aggressive looking off-road truck. The AT4, that's the new package that they have. And this half-ton has that diesel, which is really cool because this particular truck, the EPA rates it at 26 on the highway and a 4-wheel drive crew cab with all this extra features, which means weight. And then it's 22 in the city, 24 combined. Now, the main EPA ratings over all these trucks, if you were to get a 2-wheel drive and a little less equipment on it, you can get all the way up to 33, which that's class leading in a 4-wheel drive. 33 miles per gallon on the highway. And the 4-wheel drive, that's 2-wheel drive. The 4-wheel drive is rated 29 miles per gallon. And then on the city, on all of them, I think it's like 23, no matter 4-wheel drive or 2-wheel drive. But this truck, this is a loaded Sierra. Everything in the world you can think about it. But this is actually rated, this particular truck, according to the door sticker. And I love that door sticker. It tells you so much about the trucks. But this one's rated towed 9100. Maximum towing is 93, which surprised me. I've seen these with less equipment with a lower rating on it, so I'm not quite understanding how they're doing that, but I like to see this kind of equipment. Of course, it's got the Carbon Pro fiber bed, which is like 60 pounds and less, which gives you a little more payload you get from that weight reduction there. And I'll read you all the stuff about it. They've tested the heck out of this thing. Usually carbon fibers on those expensive, sports cars. So this is like the first, truck to have it. And it's really cool. So you don't need to put a bed liner. You don't need to spray one in. You don't need to insert one. And it sounds like it's really a tough one. I'll read you all the tests they've done on that.
It says,
go ahead.
It said icy conditions. Drive
Yeah, that
slow.
means we're below 32. Somewhere it tells you the temperature. But, asphalt doesn't freeze as much as cement does. You can get down to like 28 on asphalt. 32 on cement. But anyway, this truck, it's got all these cool features. I mean, so many neat cameras with it. I mean, you can see where the front tires are, the back tires you see from the outside, which we'll try that when we're off-roading. And this has got this cool, I'll bring my other camera, I'll take videos of that, but the camera on the rear view camera is a camera. And you can switch it between regular camera and that camera, which is the panoramic view you get from the camera instead of just the mirror. And that is so cool. You can see on each side of you way better, much more vision. It's a brighter picture, which takes a while to get used to because it's kind of like just too much for a while to get used to it. But GVWR on this gross vehicle weight rating is 7,100 pounds. And it looks like the gross combined truck and trailer is 15,000, which we did. We're in the process of moving like 50 miles from east of town. So we do 100-mile round trips hauling all of my stuff out there, and I have a lot of junk to haul out there. It's going to be loads and loads and loads. And we took a load, we used my 22-foot tilt trailer to haul a bunch of stuff with this, and that was our trailer towing thing. And today we kind of want to do it off-road because this is such a cool off-road package. We'll see what it does. It's got the automatic locker on the rear end that is a 4-wheel drive front end, but this has got that Tailgate Pro. It all folds into 3 places, which is pretty awesome. And you can use that with a gooseneck. You just can't use it in the bumper pole. Okay, here we are at Bunt School, climbing up our first hill. This is really cool. There's these Duratrax. They should clean out the snow really well. Cool tires, like the side tracks. And I guess the rear end locks on by itself. We've got the front 4-wheel drive engaged. Now we're just seeing what we can do. up here in Roxville. Looks like we're not the only ones up here playing today. A lot of snow.
We got a minivan.
Yeah, minivan up here playing. You know it's okay. But yeah, I gotta see this mirror. That is so cool. There's a normal mirror, and then you flip the little lip flipper. There's that wide diagonal one. It's a panoramic view you can see on each side of you, especially the trailer. It's so good. Ooh. But it's kind of hard to
just
just
fell down and biffed it.
Oh goodness. Yeah, this is where
they got those company things.
Oh, what's that? Yep, we're just rolling along. The weather's good. It's just snow packed. So this is what you need, son. One of these for 4-wheel driving.
Yeah.
Go chase some
I
coyotes.
seen it. Wonder why it came up on my heads-up display. It had a person walking.
Oh, yeah, because it says all that stuff that tells you when somebody's walking in front of you, behind you, when somebody brakes in front of you.
Bigfoot?
Yeah, Bigfoot. Maybe we'll see one of those guys up here in the winter. They like to hang out in the winter.
Holy cow.
It's getting a little rougher, a little bigger rocks.
You can't see the rocks. Not like.
And you know, it's like anything. You always want to have momentum too. So you always have to speed up when you're going uphill a little bit, unless it's too rough. But we got to give ourselves some momentum because we're climbing pretty good up here.
Fall off the edge of the mountain.
No, that would not be good. That's when you let off the gas when you start sliding off the mountain. So there you go. You can do it, son. You've been up here many times. I've rolled ATVs up here, so I had lots of experience with this area too. This is Bunn School by Allen's Park, a little ways from Estes Park. But yeah, we've got an off-road mode, so I guess we'll see if that gives us, if that kicks in the rear locker, or what all it does. If it gives us more aggressive RPMs or not. This is what's fun. You get these vehicles like this is a 2-inch lift, so we can go quite a ways over off-road. You know, it's got that nice traction on the tires. Well, here's some nice little bumps we're gonna climb over. It's like a giant 4-wheeler, except we got air conditioning and XM radio and a moonroof. Don't you love the moonroof? Yeah. 105. We know that road pretty well. That's the marker on this one. But yeah, this is doing good. So that's the front camera. Let's see if we can see the back camera. That's the side. Oh, there's those tires. We can actually watch our tires individually. And here's all sides. And that's the trailer. Yeah. And this is so cool. Somewhere there's a front camera too. There's the trailer hitch. Okay, let's go, son. That's the back camera. And where was that front camera? That one. There we go. I love having a front camera. So cool. When the snow gets deep, that's when the fun begins.
Do this all the time?
Yeah, we do. We've done it with everything, even that Lexus, and we could get to downhill descent. And we got to find the downhill descent button on this somewhere. Let's see how deep the snow is around these tires. Do a big wide U-turn without hitting trees. Now this is hold on. This is a good place to do the panoramic one. It shows how close we are to the trees. Let's see. One of these. That shows us the tires. Well, let's try it. Oh, there's another one here. That's panoramic. That is so cool.
It's kind of tight in here.
Yeah, it's a strange little U-turn here, and trees are low to the ground.
Way tighter than I thought.
Yeah. That's the cool. The cameras are so cool for making these tight turns. Of course, the 4-wheel drive doesn't like us doing that. And then you got to back up again. That's so cool. We can see this tree right in front of us and the fence right in front of us. Now we're seeing the fence behind us. Okay, now we're going forward. Let's see if I can find that tire view again. Let's see that. That is just so cool to see your tires. You can see your tires going over rocks.
Rolled this. As I turned, I rolled it.
Did you shut off something? Oh, there, it shows your angle, your degree. Shoot that camera right. Well, we're not really going to much of an angle, but you can show the folks what that looks like. It's also in your heads-up display. Yeah. You need to actually see that when you're going up a hill. But that cool tells you the angle you're climbing. Descent side to side. I love it. Yeah, we're fairly level right now.
But it won't pick up my...
It's
No,
hard
it
to see.
will.
You can see some of the you almost seem to see a black barn in front of you.
There's the heads
asphalt.
up.
Yeah, heads up display. It's kind of hard to see this. So
Depends
from over
on-
here, you can see it.
Yeah.
Cool. We went through that little bump. Just had to give a little more gas, and I guess that's when the axle locked in, which is kind of like a clutch.
It said low traction.
Yeah, it tells you that.
Shows you what wheel.
Did it tell you what to do at that point, or just keep giving it the gas?
What are we going to do about Mr. Jeep here?
Well, let's keep going. Red light.
Yeah.
And that is so cool when you're off-roading like this to see the angle of your axles left and right and front and back. So that shows 9. We had it at 11. One of those we had at 11.
Yeah, was it 10 just a minute ago? But
Yeah. So that's cool. That way you kind of know where you are for sure. Like having a compass. A lot of forwarders out today, which surprises me. You can video those guys as they go by whenever you see one of those. There's another one. Everybody's out here freezing, having fun in December in the Rockies. A lot of ATVs up here. Today's mostly all Polaris just because they rented them from the same company. Oh, look at those guys go. You go, guys. Y'all got the same helmets on, man. We got to get a 4-seater like that because you haul grandkids. And tongue weight maximum on this is 910 pounds. The tongue weight we talked about is 1456, which won't give you a big trailer, but it's only rated at 23 if you had the right package, and this is rated at 9100. So your tongue weight's rated at 910. They do that 10%, and gooseneck looks like it's just a little bit less on a gooseneck, but what's really unique about this too, because this is that diesel, inline 6 diesel, which, you know, being from the farm, that's really a big deal with us. All your tractors, your semis, I mean, there's a few V8s out there too. Inline 6 seems to develop torque easier. But this one, my goodness, the torque band on this, you know, you get 90% of your torque, which is on 460 foot-pounds of torque, pound-feet of torque. It is at 1,250 RPM, which is right off an idle. You get 90% of your torque right off an idle, which is what diesels are good for, which helps your towing, which helps, you know, so much with fuel mileage. And this is a 10-speed automatic, so this has got everything it needs. And the unique thing, I'm going back to that, what's unique about this is that it's only half-ton, only, you know, in the class of half-tons, the 1500s, the 150s, is that it has an exhaust brake. They all have tow haul mode, which this has, but I think they need to do a little work on the calibration. The same 10 speeds in the F-150, and on certain models, the F-150, the high output ones, the Raptor ones and all that, they are calibrated differently so that it grade shifts really well. The rest of them aren't. And this one with an exhaust brake and a 10-speed, using both tow haul mode and exhaust brake, should really slow you down on hills, which it doesn't. Any better than, like, you know, a Ram does with an 8-speed. So I'm confused, and I hope they go through there and recalibrate these so you can tell the exhaust brake is working, you can tell the tow haul mode is working. Because it's only one button you push to engage them both. It's not like 2 different buttons. And it's a rotary dial, we'll show you that. You just turn it to the left and it kicks on tow haul mode. This is what the Canyon does and the Colorado does with those diesels. They have a similar thing, one button does it all. But I want to see a little better, and most of that has to do with RPM. It's just like axle ratios. If you go too high for fuel mileage, you don't get enough RPM, which doesn't help your exhaust brake, which doesn't help your tow haul mode, which doesn't help your, what's the third thing that it helps with? Oh yeah, the turbo boost. If you don't have enough RPMs, you don't have as much turbo boost. And so you need a certain amount of RPM, which is calibration. They can do that to this transmission. Make it so in tow haul mode only, because you want to save fuel. So in regular mode, don't do that. In tow haul mode, you calibrate it, so the RPMs shoot up, helps your exhaust brake, helps your tow haul mode, and helps your turbo boost. So that's my suggestion, GM. Please do a recalibration of these 10 speeds, because you got everything going for you. The only exhaust brake in the class. And the fact that you have a 10-speed in the diesel is really good. I mean, I like all those things, and it's great on paper, but it needs some calibration done on it. I'll stop whining about that eventually. Another thing that's cool about this engine is let's see what the cost is. It's hard to break some of these down. They don't really tell you a lot. This shows like $2,495 for the turbo diesel, which, you know, this is a loaded package. So the more equipment you get on a truck, the cheaper the diesel option is. The less, you know, like one of your more base models, which I think you'll go down to like an LT or an SLT on these to get that diesel, will cost you more than it will on, you know, like a High Country or any of the other ones. Not High Country, than an Alley. But at $22,495, that makes this diesel option the same price as what a 6.2 gas engine. That's a premium engine, but they cost the same. I think it's amazing. So of course you're going to go with the diesel. Of course, 6.2, you get up there almost 13,000 pound of towing. This was 93 maximum. So that's all the trade-off of getting this diesel over the 6.2 gas is towing capacity. So, you know, I really like this truck. This would be a truck I would like to own. I like the way these are set up, and this is really a cool looking truck. But, you know, it's all set up the way I want. Of course, we'd all like to tow 12,000 pounds, which I do with my 150. But eventually, maybe they'll do that. They'll increase that. Of course, that would also take a lower axle ratio, like maybe a 373 or a 342. This one here is way up there to 323. That's all about fuel mileage. But this is a fun package. It's a good looking truck. These mirrors are different. They started this last year, 2017. It's a little longer, and there is a tow mirror available now. Looks like the one on the heavy duty. I like to have that on some of these tow trucks for towing capacity and what they do. But this mirror, it's not real tall, but it's very long, so it actually has pretty easy visibility. We was towing almost all my trailers are 8.5 foot wide, so when you get anything 8.5 foot wide, which is 102 inches, you've got to have some towing mirror, and that may not be enough. GM's got some great mirrors and cameras on these things, and the cameras will show you so much around the side of the truck with the trailer. I'm really impressed with the cameras. And that labeling, those are the two things that they really are top class, is the tow tags and the doors. Tells you all your capacities on axles, tongue, trailer, combined ratings, all there. And you know, that plus the cameras makes it very safe towing. And the exhaust brake, I just wish I could tell it was on. But they're leading the class in those things, and I just want them to do a few more. But this puppy, the Msrp on this is $66,295, $66,295, which is, you know, it's a premium truck. And you drove this truck a few days now. What do you think of it, Dave?
I like it. It's a nice truck.
Yeah, I mean,
it's got the heads-up display.
Oh, that's right.
It's got the mirror, which the mirror's kind of funky. It kind of plays with your. It's wider, but it you know, it's not the same perspective as the normal mirror, so it kind of plays with your head.
It's so much clearer, which is a little weird. It almost makes the contrast too much.
Yeah,
but
seats are nice. Heated seats, heated steering wheel. It's got all the bells and whistles.
Yeah, the brake controller's over on the right side where it should be. It's push button start. You know, it's got a lot of plug-ins. And this has the accent, those brown accents, and the piping, the stitching too.
The seats back there, there's tons of room back there.
That's right. They added that extra 4 inches to the wheelbase and to the back seat, so you got a lot of room, and it's a very comfortable truck.
I was surprised how much room there is back there.
There is. You can stack stuff on the floor, fold the seats up, put your big screen TVs, and we're going to load this full of computers tomorrow, so we'll see how all that works out. But yeah, and then the colors, you know, the outside's a satin steel metallic, which I guess I don't know if that's gray or black. I can't really tell, but that's what's called satin steel. And then the interior is jet black with Kalahari accent. That's those little brown patches.
Yeah, but you can't really see.
Yeah,
they're just in the seat part.
Yeah, you see them.
They're in the back of the seats.
Yeah, and then stitching. You see it in the stitching. But this puppy, I've got to read off here. It's just too much to remember. But of course, it's got the auto-locking rear differential. And the off-road suspension is called an X31, which means it's a 2-inch lift with the monotube shocks, of course. Heavy-duty air filter, skid plates, hill descent control, stability track with sway, trailer sway, control hill start assist, trailer package. It's got that brake control. That's really nice. It's where it should be. A few options that are added at the factory. Some that are added at the dealer. Dual zone climate control, 10-way power seats, blah blah blah. It's got the AT4 all-weather floor liners, which are like rubber, which I really like. Yeah. I always get mud in these trucks. And it's got the corner step on the rear bumper. That's one of Kelsey's favorite things, is that you can step up in the corner.
It's got both corners, right?
Yeah, and that's really good for all trailers. Bumper pulls, goosenecks. I think that's a smart way to go. But I don't remember. I know in the heavy duties they put a front step on. I don't think these have that. But
what's the powertrain warranty on? Is it higher because it's a diesel motor?
Yeah, it's got limited warranty on powertrain. It's 5-year, 100,000. Registered bumper to bumper is 3 years, 36,000. This is called the AT4 Carbon Pro Edition, which lists at 4,415, but I think that includes more than just the carbon fiber. The Carbon Pro composite bed and badging, multi-pro audio system. That's by Kicker. That's installed by the dealer. And it's got, of course, the rear sliding power window, premium infotainment, and that's an 8-inch diagonal screen in the middle. Yeah, and I want to show you a close-up of those DuraTrack tires. They just look so cool. And these are dealer-installed steps, the 6-inch steps. Let's see. Forward collision alert.
Tells you if you're out of your lane, if there's a car in front of you.
Yeah, it does. That's the automatic braking, emergency braking, which is really cool. Telebeam headlamps, adaptive cruise control, one of my favorite things. It's got the 3 bars, and it actually tells you how many seconds, which is really cool. You got the bars that tell you 1, 2, or 3 bars lock on the vehicle in front of you, and then you go down into the gauge cluster in the instrument panel there. It'll actually tell you how many seconds you are from the car in front of you, which is cool. That's how they measure braking, is in seconds. It's got the power sunroof and 18-inch aluminum wheels with accents, which is awesome.
But it's so easy to just look out. You got like all the way you can look all around. This kind of makes it to where you feel like you can see a lot better. But you're standing really tall too. I mean, there's enough windows.
Yeah,
that you can see.
I always
it's just typical on a pickup, but
that's true. And I think the windshield's a little smaller on GMs. I think the Ford are the tallest ones. I like a little more room on the windshield, but you make them look more and more like an airplane cockpit. You got so much to look at in your dash, and all the cameras saving your baking. We'll talk about all the details of the testing of that Carbon Pro on the way back. I'm trying to get up to it. I guess I better help you find out where it is. See how deep the snow is and how crazy we want to go. This is auto locking, the rear locker, because there's no button to push. I would like the button so I can engage it, because if it's engaged automatically, it's almost like a limited slip. Here we go. We're real close to it. Now all these buttons, you got tow haul mode, which we'll go through those. There's your 4-wheel drive settings, of course your lights. Now, on tow haul mode, you just turn this way, and you see the light. Oh yeah, it comes down the very bottom. Right there's your tow haul mode button, the yellow. And then we'll take it off. There's sport mode. Let's go off-road mode. So right there in off-road mode, and then we'll put this. And did you have it in 4 high?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did the 4 high in the corner. And that's done with this button. Wherever it is, 4 high, 2 high, auto, 4 low, 4 high. So we're in 4 high. David pushed this button. Okay. Yeah. So you're starting to really like that heads-up display, Dave.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun.
I mean, it gives you all your information. Your 2-wheel drive, your speedometer, what angle you're tilted at.
Yeah, you can adjust all that up and down and brightness and dimness. And yeah, I mean, it's so cool to just look at the road and not anything else.
Yeah.
It's just these new trucks, they have so many knobs and buttons, you can get really distracted from your driving just by looking around in the cab.
Yeah, that is true.
At all the toys you can play with, and I like that heads-up display. I think it's a very safe thing. Now I was going to go back to this Carbon Pro edition. The Carbon Pro bed, they've tested quite a bit, and it's really cool For durability, I mean, they did several tests with it for scratch and corrosion and all that, of course. Of course, it can't corrode. It's carbon fiber. There's nothing to rust, nothing to, really have a problem with. And it is 25% less weight. So you got like 60 pounds less mass. Now this Carbon Pro Edition, it is, quite the deal. I don't know exactly how much it costs. It's all built in with all those other products. So, it's probably a couple thousand, but I guess we'll find out. But this one, it's a stronger, durable. I mean, this is what they do in the cars now, on race cars and sport cars. They put carbon fiber on there to make overall weight less, but it's still very strong. So, you're not going to have a corrosion problem. Like aluminum, it's not really going to rust. It might even be better than aluminum for corrosion and weather, rain, snow, and all that. And it's 25% less weight than what the normal bed would weigh because of the carbon fiber. It's basically the interior of it. So it's 60 pounds less vehicle mass on this. This is the 5.5 foot bed, which I think is the only way you can get carbon fibers on a 5.5. And of course, they've made these beds, walls go more toward the outside, so you have more cargo space, but that's really not anything to do with Carbon Pro. But, it's actually designed, I want to take a picture of that. It's designed for the tires of your dirt bikes and street bikes. There's grooves in the bed besides the ribs. So it's, it's made for all those toys you put in the back. Now, the drop test they did on this, it showed that when they dropped center blocks, 1,800 pounds of gravel, 450-pound water-filled steel drums, and they dropped them from different heights. And they couldn't hurt this bed. It's really good. The corrosion test, they ran it through, I think it was rain and hail and snow and all that stuff. And then they did a snowmobile test, which is really cool. They stuck a snowmobile back there that had metal studs on the track, and they ran a wide open throttle with a 250-pound rider on it, and it just did minimum scratching. Now that's pretty impressive because you get a wide open snowmobile, those things will tear up stuff, especially the studs on it. It's like snow studs, and it's go through the snow fast with those things. I want to see that test. That really sounds cool. And then let's see, they ran it in Yuma, Arizona, and Kapasukazing, Ontario, for different environments, and they couldn't hurt it. Then for a generator test, they took the exhaust off of a generator. I mean, they ran the generator, tilted it in the corner, and they ran that up, and they couldn't hurt the bed, didn't melt the bed, didn't do any of that stuff. But I want to see them put a bunch of logs in the back and light a campfire in the back and see what that does. But that's really cool, and it still has little separations in there for dividing the bed with 2x6s and all that. But that could last you forever, and it's supposed to have a little better traction in wet weather because it's got a little bit of a corrugation to the fibers back there when they lay them down or however they overlay them, kind of like fiberglass. So you don't need to bother with a bed in the liner, or you don't need to do any of that back there now. And you got, almost 60 pounds more payload because it's lighter. So it's cool if you can afford it. I mean, that's the future too. You're going to see a lot of this come with, we'll see what happens when you get back to normal MPG standards, because they're kind of backed off a little here. And, California, they'll start wrapping those up again. So we'll have to get higher fuel mileage in these trucks, which is not easy to do. That's why Ford went aluminum. That's why GM's going with carbon fiber, the Carbon Pro. And it looks like quite a deal, what we're going to do in the future to get better fuel mileage. We're doing that with twin turbos. We're doing that with 10 speeds. We're still trying to get better fuel mileage because, the fuel prices seem to fluctuate a lot. They'll go down and they'll go up, and they'll go down and they'll go up higher, and that's how that goes. So, whether all electric vehicles, whatever we got, they're trying to figure out, how to make electric trucks lighter too, because you get the weight of all those batteries. It's like some Teslas. Some of those Teslas are over 5,000 pounds. And who knows what their new Cybertruck's going to weigh. So, it's always about weight reduction. Just like space shuttles and everything else. You're trying to get rid of the weight you don't need. And that's what's going on now. I think the Tailgate